In this video, it's a little pre-sesh interview that Jerry and I had with Christoph. He's a German cannabis influencer over there. Goes by Kraut Cloud. Really fun little sesh that we had just to see if we vibed well. And we did vibe well, which means he will make an appearance on our live stream in the future if you're watching this as it publishes, or maybe in the past if you're watching this as a previous upload.
I'm excited about this. We had a really good time, and we had a really good talk about vapes. And I've already shared some things that he told me with other people. So definitely some really good information come from him. So anyhow, enjoy.
This thing's so huge, it blows my mind.
What's up, Christoph?
Hello, guys. Nice to see you. What a pleasure. Please tell me everything is working. The audio is working and everything.
Yeah, everything's working. You look good. You sound good.
Great.
Love the border. Cute little border going on there. Right on, man. You put some work in. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's my normal stream setup. So I streamed yesterday. So today I put in some effort to bring it running to your system. And I was at Google before, and it's very compatible. So I'm happy. It was no problem to come in here. So
Very
it's
good.
great.
Good.
Yeah, right on.
Well, nice to meet you. My name's Troy. You've met Jerry. You know Jerry.
Yes, I saw you a lot, guys. A lot. Yeah, it's getting like crazy situation. You see people for a long time, and they're getting like part of your family. Even it's a different person you see on the screen, and then if you meet them, it's crazy how it's working.
It is. I really enjoy that element of this job as well. Sometimes it gets kind of awkward, like if I go to like big expos or meetups or whatever, and I meet people. These people have been watching my videos or our videos for years now, and they feel like they know me and they can interact with me. And then I'm like just meeting this person for the first time. So there's like weird social things. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I really like it a lot. Yes.
Yeah. So you're in Germany, and Germany is legalizing. So there's got to be a lot of buzz, a lot of energy for you, right? For your culture now.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was on the 1st of April. It started. The law came in, and it was like an explosion. Even on my channel, it was the place were doubling overnight. It was unbelievable. Also, I'm working together with Verdammt Normal via affiliate, and also Verdammt Normal. It was explosion. They needed people, new stuff to pack the stuff. It was crazy. Yeah, it was a huge step for Germany. Really a huge step. We waited a long time for it.
Yeah, I can imagine. And what's next on the German timeline? Like I know things are progressing, and it's now you have social clubs, and you can grow and things like that.
Yeah, we can grow small amount. We can have a yield of 50 grams per month, and we are allowed to carry around 25 grams of it.
Okay.
And the social clubs are now starting. There's a lot of bureaucracy in Germany. They like it to fill forms, and so it needed a long time for the social clubs to start. And they are starting right now. The first permissions went out last week. I think the news came in. And but we think at the end of the year, everyone who wants can be part in a social club and can also take 50 grams a month.
So you have to go through the social clubs to share or to get a license, or how does that? What role do the social clubs play in all this?
The social clubs, they have to work completely uncommercial. So they are not allowed to make profit from the business.
Okay.
And they are allowed to have at least, I don't know, 180 members, I think. Something, I will have the number then, something like that. And they just can grow for the members in that thing. And they are not allowed to make profit. So it's getting, for sure, it's not expensive. We don't know the prices at the time, but it's just really the price you need to produce the stuff. It's a non-commercial thing. Yeah.
It's an interesting approach.
I
like
didn't
it.
grasp that. Yeah, wow, that's crazy, Troy. Like
Yeah.
we're doing the exact opposite over here. It's just
Yeah, I
let's
do.
make as much money as we can off this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's correct. When we look over from here and see, wow, all this glitter, and they are able to make commercials. You are not allowed to make the commercials in Germany and all that stuff, you know. Yeah, it's different. A lot is completely different over here.
I think it's a good way to do it. Then you kind of ease into it. We tried, like there was U.S. attempts to like thwart big money from coming in and taking over cannabis. There was efforts to like, let's make sure big tobacco doesn't come in and just sweep everything under their rug. There were efforts, but it still ended up being corrupt. There's always like the government bureaucracy where people like change the laws a little bit. Like they get their fingers in where they're powerful, and they use their powers and they lobby and they change the way the laws are being implemented to favor them or their friends or their family or their own business. There was a ton of that in the U.S. So it's nice to hear that Germany has like a pretty kind of left field, like no profit, like don't profit off this shit. Like,
also, that was needed to make it compatible to the European laws. You know, that was a huge problem. We are inside of the EU, and there are different laws in Germany and also for the completely EU. And they signed contracts from the EU that's making it at the time not possible to sell it with profit. And so it was a way around. It was a little bit, our government did a huge slalom to make it possible. And now they are coffee shops. They want to bring them up, but it's just a project type. People have to sign for it to make studies and to show. Let me say like that: the reason for the European Union, there is a law. Cannabis is a drug, and with the prohibition of it, we are caring for the health of the people. And with the studies now they are making with selling in coffee shops, they want to show the European, no, we protect people with good stuff, they get clean stuff, and that's the way. And so the coffee shops, the project, what's coming up now, is from the German government to influence the European laws to make it possible, and at the end to break the wall in the complete European Union.
Are you allowed to grow, you said?
Yes.
So you can grow, you can possess, you can walk around with it, and then you can go to these clubs and buy it. Is that accurate? And the clubs, if you go to the clubs, if you're a member, does that mean that you have a little bit of a voice and like you can, hey, I'd really love for you guys to, have some animal crackers, or can you like tell them what kind of stuff you want to grow or something?
For sure, that's possible. For sure, even, and there was a lot of discussion running around. There is a thing inside the law that every person in the club has to be active in the club to do something there. And there was a great, oh my God, if everyone is watering the plants, we are getting nothing at the end. It's not possible. We need a gardener professional for that. And it's a thing the lawyers are talking a lot of it. How can they do it? But now they are telling if you care a little bit of the rooms or something, whatever, inside the club, so you are also working for the club and everyone can bring a little in effort to make the clubs run. There is something in the law saying you have to do something in the club.
Are you allowed to trade like weed with other members and stuff like that?
No,
you're not.
You are not allowed to buy and not allowed to trade, even not as a gift. It's
From
really
other
complicated.
people, only from the club?
Yes, and
That's interesting.
just for your own use. even if you have not grown-ups in the house, you have to lock it. It has to be behind the lock, and there's a lot of crazy stuff. But they had to put it into the law, for the conservatives to.
So are there clubs now? Like, can you go out and?
No, they are founded at the time. They are going up now, the clubs. They are starting, so they are bringing the first plants now into the ground, into the soil. So let's say at the end of the year, everyone will get stuff from the clubs.
It's exciting.
It's great. Exciting. It's really, 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 really great. Yeah.
So right now you're still kind of skirting around with the old system, although it's decriminalized, so you can not get in trouble for it, but you still got like your old methods, your old plugs, your old weed sources, your old dispensaries and stuff. Yeah.
I think that the old market is changing a lot now. Will change a lot for sure. I am living next to the Dutch border here in the Netherlands. It's around about 10 kilometers. Let me say, it's not so far away. And they had it's a complicated thing there, but they had coffee shops. You can buy stuff there, and mostly people out of my region went over to the coffee shops. You have really good quality. It's expensive, but they offer really good quality. They have they check the stuff if nothing is sprayed or whatever. And I think a lot of people. The normal consumer, he doesn't like to grow here. It's too much effort for his stuff. And also, I think he is not going into a club where you have to take your stuff every month. And these people are going over to their old addresses at the time. I think for them, also, the coffee shop model is important. For the small consumers, it's...
I think that aligns with how it is here. Like as heavier consumers, we're often interacting with more casual consumers, and we're always like people go to the dispensary once a week and they buy like a pre-roll cart and a vape cart. Like, why don't you go once a month and buy an ounce of flour? But to a lot of people, they'll only smoke a couple grams a week or on the weekend. So just go for the week, and it's like buying a 6-pack or a 12-pack of beer.
Yes,
you're buying beer for the weekend.
Yes, it's like that. Yeah, and then a lot of people also go into the medical market now. The laws about the medical dropped really, really down, and it's much more easy now to get. Also for the people who need from time to time a little bit, lots of them are going to the pharmacy, to the doctor, and you can just sign it. It's a very simple process now after the law change.
Yeah, when we were there a year and a half ago, man.
Yeah,
we spent the first night there without anything, and we were like, "Are we going to do a second night like this? I don't know that I want to."
Okay, yeah, I saw the video about it when you were over here.
Yeah, we didn't know where to go. Dude, I was holding Troy back. He was about to ask people on the street, and I'm like, bro, we don't know anything about these guys.
I was, man. I was wearing a 420 shirt, and people would look at it. I'm like, you smoke weed? Go weed. I'll give you a hand job, whatever it takes.
German jail, fine, man. I'm there.
Oh yeah, we were fiending. I was fiending.
I got my bowl packed. Are you doing a dab, Troy?
I'm gonna have a dab. Do you dab, Christoph?
No. It's just as simple. I don't have the material. I didn't get it. I hope I can change that in future. All my reviews just dry herb stuff. Okay. But as simple, I didn't get it, and for sure not in a good quality. I got offer from the black market, and I got afraid and passed off the black market. I had a lot of shit of what I got there. And if I get access to it, it's as simple as that. then I will start dabbing. But no
That's
chance.
how it's-
I don't know where to get the stuff here.
Yeah, that's how it starts with all of us, man. Access, bro. Gotta have access.
It'll
Yeah.
evolve. It'll come around. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Plus, at first, you'll probably just have average stuff, and then several months later, you'll start to get better stuff. Although, the way you guys are doing it, I don't know what to expect. This is an amazing system that Germany's rolled out. I had no idea that's how this was going about. That's pretty neat. I'm going to watch that. That'd be worth seeing if it works.
Yeah. I'm also for my thing. I'm really happy with it. So why do we need to have commercial system? For me, it's completely okay. And you get you get it cheap, you get it good, you get it controlled. So a really good way. I like the way they found out. I really like it. Yeah.
Sounds fucking brilliant. I like this,
Yeah.
Troy. Goddamn.
Yeah, me too. So the vape space is also growing in Germany. There's more interest in dry herb vaporizers. You said you've seen like an uptick in your channel growth and your content. Are people more interested in healthier consumption there? Is there a negative vaping stigma in Germany the way there is in the States where vaping is just not cool?
Nee. It's different in the States for sure. It started with a e-Valis thing some years ago. It killed the e-cigarettes completely, and then it got to the vapes, to us, it's not like that in Germany, but it's really not common. It's very different over here. People smoking a lot of joints, but it's normal to mix it with tobacco.
Right.
In completely all over Europe, and in Germany, it's we had a study. I was surprised. Medical patients, 80% in Germany of the patients mixing their stuff with tobacco.
Oh, shit.
Wow, 80% are
That's
rolling
80%.
spliffs.
Is that believable? It's unbelievable. And it's so uncommon. Nobody knows about vaporizers. And there were some channels in Germany, but I call them like freak channels, you know? If someone is searching for a new device and for the transition from smoking, he's looking inside and he doesn't understand a shit about what we are talking about. We are nerds, you know?
Yep.
Also, it was my decision to go in German with my channel. It's the English language. It's a lot of people are speaking English, good English here, but the vape English, it's a case English. It's so different words, and people don't understand the shit. But it's getting more common. But it's very vapes. You don't see them often. Even
Makes sense.
in everyone around here, I'm living in a small village. It's not Berlin or something. It's really small village here, and I don't know a vaporizer user. Just one friend of mine. I reached one to him, and he likes it, but he's also smoking next to it, and I even don't know someone here.
Damn.
Wow.
I know that feeling all too well. We need to build up more vape users in Germany and get you some vape friends, Christoph.
Yeah, it's complicated. It's ramping up. I'm very happy with the results of my channel. It's ramping unbelievable up, but it needs time. Germany needs time for that.
Yeah, it'll come around for sure. I mean, look at California started its legal stuff in the 90s. So California's had like a 30-year head start on a lot of this stuff, and
yeah,
That's crazy.
I'd imagine in 10 years, Germany's going to be a very different place, and Europe is going to be a very different place with Germany leading the cannabis industry there.
for sure.
That's exciting, man. That's
Completely with you.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah.
And it was strange. The day of everyone was watching. It was a live stream of the German Parliament when they voted for the law.
Oh, you watched it live. Love it.
Yeah, every smoker, vapor, everyone was sitting. Even from the Parliament, the live stream broke together completely. Just YouTube could manage that thing. And I never saw so many crying men after YouTubers
No way.
who were working in the business for years and hit by the law. And also for me, it was 2 years of fear when I ramped up the channel.
Yeah.
For sure, I'm not unknown for my passion of cannabis in Germany. And I had a lot of fear what's happening first, legalization or the cops running inside my house and taking all my shit here.
Yo, that's super legit. I mean, I dealt with that here, and mine wasn't anywhere near as scary as yours. I mean, for me, California was already like pretty much medical legal anyway, and then when California passed, there was so many personalities that were bigger. My biggest burn down was my career, like my previous career, going public with my cannabis use and my new cannabis review job was just burning down those bridges with that industry that I was previously in. Like a lot of people just wouldn't respect it.
Yeah.
Like, the legal aspect of it, man.
Totally.
I'm about to have this dab, by the way.
Yeah,
Cheers,
I got
guys.
a bowl packed. Chris, you got one?
Cheers. I'm picking a Convector on a Simrel Shorty here. A small
Nice.
one, but
Hey.
I like it.
Right on. Damn. Motherfucking ball vapes, man. Oh. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I had somebody tell me the other day, they're like, yeah, I hear a lot of buzz about these ball vapes. I'm like, good. I've been trying to generate that for 2-3 years now.
You rocking a ball vape over there, Christoph?
That's a thing we had it yesterday in the stream. We talked a lot about. I think you guys over there can't imagine there are no ball vapes. Now there is one importer in Germany, a private guy. I like him also. He is running a YouTube channel. He is importing one. That's the only available ball vape in Germany. And you guys are talking since 2 years, I think, over ball vapes. That's the mean thing. It's not swapping over from your market. It's sad, but also all that stuff, and I like it when I see it. But the only thing is, I have to order it over there, and there's a lot of tax and.
I wonder how that will go over anyhow, though, because Troy, when you and I were over there, like, everybody over there was lower temp guys.
Germans were different. Everybody we vaped with were like everybody at stores in Bickle, like everybody at the factory uses like 360, 370 as their vape temp. People don't start at the max temp. Even Jürgen was like kind of surprised. He's like, you start at the max temp? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I want to get high quick. I don't want to spend the whole day vaping. I want to like take some puffs and have some feels from it. And
yeah, it's not so common over here. You're all right.
Yeah, I think it was like, it's so harsh. I'm like, but I mean, it's the same harshness scale,
For me, it's a tolerance thing, bro. Like, it's when we get our tolerances high, that's when we start running to these higher temperatures right away. So I think it's a matter of, I mean, honestly, now that it's legal over there, I think people will use more. Their tolerances will build, and maybe their desires out of vape will start to evolve and change and stuff like that.
So you think ball vapes are the result of high tolerance vape users just as much as they are the result of the demand for more powerful vaporizers by the general consensus?
Yeah, I think most of that demand comes from the heavy vaporous with the high tolerances, and then from my perspective, for what the smokers want, but they don't know about us yet. So for me, it's a necessary step to get the masses to vaporize, at least over here with the way that smokers like to go really hard.
I think so too. But one thing that surprises me, and I don't have a ton of data on this, as I've only shared ball vapes with maybe a dozen non-vaporous smokers. A lot of them find the vapor too much. Like they can't hit a ball vape the way I hit a ball vape. They hit it and they're like, oh my God, like, that's so much taste. Like they don't like that much taste.
Probably used to joints or something with the little hits. You know what I mean? That you can have nice little hits off a joint. They're probably used to that.
Yeah, a little mouth to lung type thing.
That's interesting.
What's your consumption been like over the years, Christoph? Like how did you land on vapes, and how long have you been a convert?
I had in 2012. It was I was what you call, I think, a chain smoker, cigarettes and joints and all over the day, lots and lots and lots and lots. And I had a good friend of mine. We were running also a business. I come from the music production. At the time, we were running a business together. And we smoked and smoked, and it was unbelievable. We didn't eat. We made music productions, smoking. And he was 33, and he got the diagnosis of lung cancer.
Oof.
Oh, wow.
And that was the impact for me, and stop smoking. And it's not, sorry for that.
I was like, we didn't do that. What the fuck is that?
He's from a live stream. He's coming and throwing.
That's great.
And from that day, I thought about what can I do. I want to inhale. It's deeply part of me. I don't know why. And I started, what can I do else? And it was in 2012. He died 2 years later, my friend, with 35. He died. But in the time, we started together going to the vaporizers. And in the beginning, in the first time, we had a lot of shit. There was a shop in the Netherlands. They were selling this cheap glass stuff you have to eat outside with a lighter, and it was breaking, and what a shit. And then I went to Google and I found out the Webman. And I bought, at the beginning of 2013, I got my first Webman, and I loved it. It was not for me completely transition, but it took a lot of smoking from me. All over the day, I had the transition to the e-cigarette at the same time, and I had the Webman for all over the day. And in the evening, I smoked 2 joints, let me say like that. And that was the first time. And that I was running with the Webman until 2018. And then I got my first Dynavap. Okay. And the 19M, I love it until today. It's really a great vape. And then I found out, nearly the same system, and my thinking at the time, but so different results, and the vapor is completely different. The effect is completely different. And that was a point when I really got the vape acquisition syndrome or something. I fell into it, and I wanted to know everything. And I read everything. I was also in the YouTube days. It was the times there was, I think, the Vape Critic and George Vapefiend with the green masks, the first things. It was unbelievable. And then Troy, you came up, and Jerry, you had the forum. I was not a writer or commenter, a big one, but I was all the time there. the completely development of the G43 with the vape critic. He did it in streams. I think I saw them all at the time, and I wanted to know everything about vaporizers and how they work, and I fell in love with them.
So what was your third vape?
My third vape, wow, ugly one. It was the Fog. I don't know the company. It was from.
You don't have it?
I have it, but I have to dig deep to
gotcha. Right on.
I didn't like it. It was my first battery one, and that was a horrible experience. And then the Mighty came, and how is it going?
Perfect. What do you use?
And
the
my
most
first
now?
tabletop was a herborizer. It was you.
My man Chris in the house, folks.
And I love it until today. It's my favorite vape. And I love it like hell. It's my one.
That's great, man. Mine's still
But
right
also
here.
that I own 5 years, or I think at least. Yeah.
5 herborizers?
Sorry?
If you own 5 what?
I have it at least for 5 years now. The herborizer. I own
gotcha.
it.
So I said you had 5 of them. I was like,
Right.
yeah, that's a lot of herborizers.
I don't need
That's
5.
neat. That's more than I
The
have,
one is
man.
working properly all the years.
You could have them at 30 degree increment temperatures for like temp stepping without having to change.
Without having to fuck with it. That's great. I love it. Well, that's cool, man. So you use the herborizer a lot still. What, or are you using something else today?
Herborizer is my main desktop device, absolutely. But at normal, I'm a mechanical guy. I really like the Lotus. The Convector. I like a lot. There are some of Dynavap's the Simrel stuff with the stem. So that's my daily drivers. When I'm going through the day and in the evening, I take the herborizer. Or whenever I'm sitting at my desk here, it's a herborizer.
Have you tried the quartz cap or anything similar to that?
Nee.
I think you might like those. Do you like using a bong?
I liked it a lot in earlier times. I didn't. Or you mean a water piece for the vaporizers? Yeah.
What you use your herborizer?
Sure. I have here. You can see the AKW. It's my favorite one. I use it since years. I love it a lot. I love it really, really a lot. And I'm using it normally, all the time. Yeah, I like a bong.
Interesting. Yeah.
So if in Germany, if you ask, you like the bong, we are talking about smoking. You know, we are calling it the Wasserfilter in a bong. The bong is the one with a fire on it. For us in German.
I didn't. That's interesting. That's good to know. Interesting little semantic difference.
I think he'd dig the inductor because he likes the camouflage and all this stuff. You'd probably have fun with the inductor to heat that up. Like you're somebody I think would like that. Like I wouldn't recommend that to a ton of people, but I think you'd dig it.
Yeah, I talked today to Andy, the CEO of Verdammt Normal, and they have some conductors there, and maybe I get one. It's looking like I get one. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you're going to dig it. That'll be fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. I had mine out last week, so it was a lot of fun to pull it out and set it up and just fuck with it for a while. It's such a cool little toy, man, for a vaporist. So, especially if you're heating vape caps and things.
Yeah, it's geeky. It's a geeky.
It's a geek thing,
gadget thing. Yeah.
That also, when I saw it the first time, I don't know if I saw it in your stream or whatever, and I was thinking, if you look practical on it, what is it? It's a very strong electronic lighter. You use it like a lighter, like a torch, and what a system just to. Why not taking the torch? A huge torch. I didn't understand and I was asking myself, is that getting a huge seller? I can understand that it's in the geek world and a lot of people like it. I really can understand. But at the end, it's a lot of construction to get an electric, powerful torch, isn't it?
I mean, it is, but we also, there's a couple things to consider in that argument. One, torches in themselves are intimidating to a lot of people, even the small ones. People are scared of like a jet flame, open flame.
Yeah. Okay.
So to go electronic feels considerably safer and more accessible. And then the second thing, we have to consider like the development evolution. Things start very big and then they get smaller and smaller and smaller. There are e-cigarettes, like little e-vapes that use induction. Like there's tiny little micro induction vaporizers, but they're in the e-cig space and they're not being used for weed yet. Like these systems start out big, but then as there's more demand for them and the parts and the technology evolves, they get smaller and smaller and smaller. So
yeah, that's a good point. Like at some point, if they do well, they'll be able to develop more and get that thing in my pocket. And once that gets in my pocket, I think it's a game changer. So
Yeah. Okay. That's different if you get it like that. But as a tabletop device, I don't know. Yeah, it has to be smaller for sure to reach a lot of people.
It's also super powerful.
yeah, fast.
Compared to like those little battery powered Dynavap induction heaters. That inductor desktop device is
Okay.
like, yeah, there's I had some concerns with it. Like, even like, don't just fucking leave this thing on. Somebody could pick it up and not know what it is and like hit their watch with it and get their watch red hot in seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's dangerous to anything metal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's strong for sure. It's
You make a good point though. Like, I get what you're saying. It's just a torch. Why not have a torch? And as I sit here thinking about that, I think the only reason is what Troy said is some people have an avoidance to want to fuck with the flames and stuff like that. So yeah, it really is just a different heat source. I think what's cool about it is the ecosystem they've built somewhat around it. You've got the Convector and the Convector XL, which the XL is a motherfucker. I like that vape. They've got the whatever that little, what was the little white thing, Troy, for the dabs? The Zooter. I've got the Zooter. And then they have a banger too. They have a banger with a metal bottom, so you can do concentrates two different ways. And then they have an injector vape that's not a ball vape, but it's the same idea, where they're it's an injector and it can hit the same balls or the same bowls. So you essentially end up with 4 or 5 different vapes that all use the same power source. And no, but I am with you a little bit there, Chris. Like, I mean, they're also wondering what else they can do with it. Like, yeah, using it for vapes is not the end all. This is a pretty cool technology they've come up with this external induction thing, and they're probably looking for ways to use it in other industries. So fast, fucking thing's fast.
It is fast. It has a lot of power.
I will give it a run. I will give it a test for sure, and to see what it can do.
Yeah.
Your opinion is I think your opinion's probably already spot on. You just haven't used it yet and played with it. And when you do, the nerd in you will be happy.
Okay.
It's like Troy said.
That's
toy,
possible. Possible.
Yeah. That's great.
I mean, to be fair, mine's packed away, and I don't have any excitement to get it out, but I also wouldn't get rid of it. Like it's handy for things.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I have mine. I didn't have it on a station, but I started making more content with it. And so I went ahead and grabbed it and pulled it out, and it stayed out for a little while. Like, I actually really like that XL bowl. That thing's pretty fun to hit.
XL bowl.
The Convector XL.
Oh, the XL Convector. Yeah.
That thing's got a big mad hit. But yeah, that's what I love about this space is there's so many different ways to do it. There's several people out there really doing some crazy new shit. And I'm always encouraging that, even if it's not like perfect. I'm like, cool, what can you do with that?
That's true. Yeah. Very interesting to see which ways people are thinking and developing. And that's wonderful to see.
I've talked to a few engineers that they come to this industry without having vaporized or tried one before. And I'm always fascinated at what they fucking come up with. I'm like, okay, I want to show me what you would do.
I am asking all the time, it's a different world. Has nothing to do on my channel with the e-cigarettes. But for me, it's a Swiss-made thing. It's Quape. It's unbelievable craftsmanship what they are doing, and all these companies with the high-end e-cigarettes, they are down. They are on the ground. Time is over, and they are whatever. They are down. And I asked. There were 3 companies on the world on really high-end level. What would these engineers do? I know it's a completely different system, but if you give them the thing, please construct a vaporizer for me, a dry herb one. They are brilliant minds in that industry, and now they are, I don't know what they are building, but no more vaporizer or vapes, let's say vapes. And they are genius people, and I would like to see what they have they for sure go on a different way of thinking.
I was talking to Bruno once, and he made a point that I'd never even considered. Didn't even dawn on me. But he had spent several years analyzing the industry and trying to figure out what he wanted to make and how he wanted to do it. And he said that almost all innovation tends to come from somebody taking something from some other industry or some other place and finding an application for it in their space. I mean, there's a ton of that kind of innovation. But he said, what we're trying to do in the vaporizer space, which is a very controlled hot heater in your pocket on, quickly with a battery, all these things that we need it to do, nobody is doing. Like, there's not another application for this that somebody's using, and you can't just go and steal it from that industry. It's like nobody's trying. Like, we're really cutting edge in this particular desire. Yeah. Makes it difficult and interesting all at the same time.
Absolutely.
So many different ideas. Essentially, it's just a hairdryer, but we're coming up with all these different ways to do it.
Yeah.
So what's hot on your current vape list?
Boy, at the time, I was a long time now with the Ariza Solo 3. I was a long time with it for reviews, for the live stream and testing on it. For me, I fell too much in love with that thing, and I needed the first time of glitter away to look in it, and I really loved that thing. There I was in. Then I talked today to Andy from Verdammt Normal, and they are bringing Made in Germany ball vape. They are working for a lot of, I think, 9 months or something on that project, and it's getting close to the final product, and really looking forward for that one is coming up now.
Shit.
And like everyone, the Tempest.
Tempest.
Every second thing on my channel, what about Tempest? Can you tell me the new date? What's going on? And the Tempest
next month,
will feel the magic.
I'm excited to see what the next form of ball vapes will be. Like right now, we're really settled into this e-nail coil powered footprint because it's super accessible, it's super affordable. It's the natural, cheap, easy power source.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's the format right, because you got to heat a small heater that goes on a bowl. But I'm excited to see how the technology evolves into more portable formats.
Yeah. And it will come for sure. I'm for sure.
It's frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. My picture seems to be frozen. There's a thumb up. I don't know. But my voice is there, isn't it?
Yeah, your voice is
here. Yeah.
You're smiling. It's
a good shot. Go with it.
Okay, whatever. But I think size matters, and devices will get simpler, very simple to use, and also that you saw with the e-cigarettes. It's sometimes it's for me like a déjà vu. What's happening now with the vaporizers? There also was a scene what's ramped up, and there it came bigger, and then we had the time open airflow. We need more open airflow, and at the end, what happened? now I don't like them at all, but you have this disposable shit and you throw it even with one without charging away. But to be honest, the thing got very simple and you don't have to explain. YouTubers are no more needed to explain. You take that thing, you take a puff and it's working. And that will also be the end of our job if that's going in 10 years to the vaporizer.
Yeah.
Thought about that. Like I've been pushing for that functionality, but I didn't realize that was a danger to my shit, man. Hang on.
No, there's one. I mean, once that technology hits, people still want to see it demonstrated. People still want to have confirmation bias. And then once that technology hits, there's going to be multiple variations of it, and everybody's going to have something similar. People are going to want to know how they compare. There's always going to be opportunities to provide value.
Okay. Thank you. I feel a lot better, man. That's a good point. Carry on then. Miniaturization of my product. That's fucking great. Yeah, I'm interested in that too. Like, I'm interested for a couple of reasons as far as the ball vape progression. One, because I'm curious to see how far it goes, how long it lasts, at what point things start to snap back a little bit, because life is a pendulum, everything cycles. And then also curious to see how people go about creating a ball vape experience without balls, because you don't need balls. And I keep thinking that somebody's going to make some kind of heat exchanger that they think is dope as fuck and does the equivalent. It's just not balls. So I think that where ball vapes have gone will lead people in those directions, and I can't wait to see where they go too. Like I'm real curious to see if that all plays out.
Yeah.
So looks like Chris has hit his time limit. I guess video software timed out or something. Do we need to restart?
I really don't know what's going on. The interesting thing, the completely background is running. That's a thing in my OBS. Everything is also okay. I don't know what happens. It's magic. It's magic.
That's all good.
And where the sound is coming, I really don't know. I don't know.
It's all good. We got a good 45 minutes in there. I'm sure that's good. Yeah, we can cut it. If you can tell us where everybody can find you and your channels and your content. Like you got a YouTube channel, are you on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok? You got a website?
I am on YouTube, CrowdCloud, and at the time not on Instagram. And I know I have to go there, but in my earlier time as an artist, I was a lot in social media, and I got tired of it. It's complicated as a YouTuber, I know.
Dude.
And all the hate and what came up, it really made me depressive like that. And so I cutted all that and I went over to YouTube. So you can find me on my channel, CrowdCloud, and also running a homepage, crowd-cloud.com. And you'll be there. And also all my video, all my 18 plus stuff is also there to see with a simple age question. And yeah, that's where I am. That's where I am.
And everything is German forward. Like, I mean, your writing and your content, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's different. I did a lot of my big review videos. I made subtitles in English, and I made them really in the editor, word by word placing it. It's eating time like hell. My reviews are around about 40 minutes and even more. And it cost me 1 day of work just to place it. But I needed to do in case the automatic stuff was shitty as hell. It was drama. It was really not good. And then I tested some AI solutions also that were not working. And now they changed the algorithm about the translation. And the automatic translation is running really, really, really good. So I'm no more placing the subtitles with the software on it. But also my homepage, you can decide if you are there, you can decide German or English. It's both. It's switchable.
Great. Well, I, for one, want to thank you for what you're doing for the vape industry and for the German culture and the German vape industry. It's people like you that help information grow and share with the counterculture and the subculture and the way things have been prohibited over the decades. Without people like you sharing your opinions and your information, there wouldn't be opinions and information available for people to get help from on the internet. So thank you for doing what you do.
The same back over to you, man. Thank you to both of you. What we are doing. It's Thank you for everything. Thank you for having me here. It's really great honor. Really a great honor for me.
Pleasure hanging, for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. We'll have to do it again. Maybe we can do it in real life sometime. Get back to Germany, or you can get over here.
That would be great. That would be really, 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 really great.